reverse proof WMint, West Point Mint, Silver Eagle dollar. It's a reverse proof 69, and that's graded by PCGS. And that's going to be coming up now. So you've got a few years, I think, you're going to go through.
Well, and for those of you that have followed along, we're going to spend a little bit of time here, okay, folks? Yeah. This is, I've got 133 of these. These are already, people already calling in on this. Look at the price. The United States government has made a handful of reverse-proof American Silver Eagles in its history. 4, I think, all told, is ultimately what it comes down to. This is the 2013 that you see right here is the last one that they've really been able to do that you see right here. That's going to be, and this one is from the San Francisco Mint. They made it in 2006. They made 2011, 12, and then 13. They didn't do any in 14. They're not going to do any in 15. This is the last available reverse proof. Now, here's the key to this. I have sold a lot of reverse proof American Silver Eagles here in 2013. 12s, 11s. I think I have the 2011s. Go to hsn.com. I think they're $699. The 2006 with the same mintage as this, I think, are $399 or $299 in the same exact condition. I have sold many of these. I have sold many thousands of these. I have never sold this coin at $149.95. I don't believe I have ever sold this coin for less than $199.95. What I was able to do is I was at a recent coin show and I was able to buy a bunch of coins. Here in just a minute, I'm going to flash this out here. I have the enhanced uncirculated. I'll get to that here in just a second. So not only are you getting this coin, you're getting it in PCGS reverse proof first strike.
Wow. So
this is a first strike United States PCGS coin from the West Point Mint. Now, of all of the American Silver Eagles that were done in reverse proof, only one of them has been done at the West Point Mint that you see right here. It came out of a special set from 2013. It came from a very special set in 2013. And so this is the last reverse proof American Silver Eagle that the United States government has made. So it is a significant coin from a collectible standpoint. Of all of the reverse proof American Silver Eagles, this is the only one that I can sell you at $149. As a matter of fact, it is the only one I can sell you at $199. As a matter of fact, if you look at this traditionally, I've got the annex version, which we traditionally sell here. I believe it's $229 on hsn.com. This was a kind of a one-time opportunity that I'm able to do here because I made a one-time purchase of one of the rarest American Silver Eagles that I can do at $149.95. Already, we are getting into a wait situation on the phone for this. I know people have bought these perhaps from us in the past. This is a perfect opportunity to buy this coin that you have not seen around. I've not aired this coin for in PCGS. I don't think I've ever done it.
Yeah.
Okay, I traditionally sell the annex version of the coin. I've only got 131 of these. I will air this in the primetime show tonight, and I will sell this out in the primetime show tonight.
Oh, for sure.
That is almost a 100% guarantee at this pricing, and that's
if there's any left.
If there's any left, yeah, we may sell them all right here. They're extremely popular right now because what is happening is the United States government. Look, they started making the regular Silver Eagle in 1986. Then in 2006, for the 20th anniversary, they made a special reverse proof eagle. They made 250,000 of them. If you go to hsn.com, I've got the 2006 reverse proof American Silver Eagle. I believe it's $299 or $399. This has the same exact mintage, okay? But that one is Philadelphia. This one is West Point. It is the only West Point minted reverse proof American Silver Eagle. Once again, there we go. I'm sorry, my mistake. $499.
Wow.
Okay, $400. Same exact mintage as this coin. Okay, $499. Now I have the next one that they made was 2011, and if we look at 2011 reverse proof American Silver Eagle, I think I have those on hsn.com as well. We'll get a drum roll. We'll see what those all come out to. Is ultimately what it comes down to. But it's not $149. It's not $249. It's not $349. It's not $449. It's not even $549. It's $749.
Wow.
That's for the 2011. Then I've got the 2013, okay, that you're going to see right here. Not at $499, not at $750, $149.95. Like I said, it was a one-time purchase, a one-time opportunity that I was able to get on these. I'm very pleased. I'm very proud to be able to do these.
Yeah.
And to be able to bring you out at a price that we've just never really done before.
No.
You know, I'm not even close to this. I may have sold some on a price break a year or so ago at $199.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
and I don't know, $189 perhaps. I don't know. I'm guessing at that point. But I know we've never done them at $149 or $159 or even $169. Even when they were issued in 2013, I couldn't do that pricing. Okay, even when they were issued in 2013, there's no possible way I could do this pricing on these coins that you're going to see right here. And West Point Mint. Now, this is the first West Point minted reverse proof. If you want the first West Point minted proof American Silver Eagle, that's $19.95. In this condition, that's going to run you about $8,000. Okay, so if you want the first proof West Point, and they've made lots more since then. This is the first West Point Mint reverse proof and the only West Point Mint reverse proof coin that the United States government has made right here. And like I said, at a price unheard of. It's not a price that I have ever been able to do. I've got 10 dozen of these left. This will be your opportunity like I said, in tonight's show, this is just going to be a boom, just a sellout, just as fast as you can, shake a stick. I mean, this is the pricing on this all-time low. It's the last reverse proof American Silver Eagle that the United States government has run. They've not done one in 2 years. They are all first strike PCGS. Of course, very, very important to the collectability and desirability of this coin is the fact that it's first strike and PCGS. We traditionally sell the annex coins, but I was able to buy PCGS coins this time, I think, at an extraordinarily, extraordinarily attractive price.
Oh, I love that. Well, obviously it's attractive because so many of our customers are saying, okay, I'm going to add that to my collection. At that price, I can't resist. I mean, amazing. 3 FlexPay, $49.98. Item number 428904, and I know there's more. There's more to come.
Well, yeah, I'm going to do one thing I want to do, and this is 2 coins ahead. If you wanted an NGC, I also have it in NGC.